I'm not sure if I say thank you all the time.
Right.
So on my end, it's like, I would like to be more aware and more conscious of things that are not the exception. So then when we do it every time that we're here, oh, thank you, whoever ordered the food. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Shinoria. Appreciate it.
Right.
That is something that we also need to highlight, because we're having a big discussion about the exception, but sometimes we don't have the discussion about what is normal and what is regular, because those things still, warrant some type of acknowledgement and praise.
That's right.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Romance in Real Estate, where we
help you level up in life, love,
and money.
Yes.
Hey, let me give y'all a warning. They are on one today, bro. And so it is all Mike's fault. If you don't know who Mike is by now, he is behind the camera. Like Mike to open up a can of, I don't know. So then Erica came into the office with bad energy. And so
let's not
you weren't there. You weren't there, Shinoria. So you said you do not bully, so don't join.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I bullied you
I
this
wanted
morning.
to give y'all context over what's been going on.
Let's talk about accountability.
Make sure you like and subscribe
Mike
to
and
the
I
video.
said sorry. Mike, did we not say sorry?
I'm sorry. No.
Make sure you like, comment, and
I
subscribe.
did not
Please,
apologize.
church announcements.
I'll tell y'all why I didn't apologize in a second.
Okay. So, church announcements.
Yes.
Make sure that you subscribe to the button up top, like, comment, give us feedback. If you agree, don't agree, if you feel that Erica need a timeout, you know what I'm saying? All of the above. We could do an episode without her if her energy bad. You know what I'm saying? So here we go.
I love that. Now, this is what we're going to do. I want you to go ahead and tell the people what the story is from your, perspective.
I woke up at 8, was like, hey, y'all, I'm late. I'm going to get here at 8:45. Boom, I dash. You know what I'm saying? I take a shower, dash. I tell Mike, hey, you get there for me real quick. This is the code to open up the building. I pull up.
We didn't know that.
I pull up. Mike is outside. I was like, well, Mike wanted Starbucks. So I was like, you can go to Starbucks, bro. I'm walking to the building. So then Mike is like, yo, you want anything from Starbucks? So I was just like, a refresher and a bread. Okay. All right, then
I said, do you or the ladies want anything?
Hey, bro, everybody for themselves. You did play like
We want to get clarity.
Yeah.
Like, we want to get clarity.
Yeah. So I said what I said, and then I came in here, turned on the heat for you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
I did, like I am a nice guy, so I was like, you need some iron pills. I got some on my desk. So they do cause constipation, so don't overdo it today.
Wait, what?
He's going off script.
No.
Focus on
She's cold.
Focus the finger. There's a finger over there.
She's
focused. He's not focused.
She said she gets cold.
Right.
It wasn't cold yesterday, so she need a little iron.
I want
you know what I mean?
I want you to focus on what we're talking about.
So that's the end of my story. Then Eric could come upstairs. No, I thought it was done. Eric could come upstairs. She don't say good morning. But in a couple episodes, I think she told us how she always y'all always greet.
Always.
She did not greet us. And she just went in. I said, oh, your energy bad. You need a reset. And then that's when she went at Mike, and I was like, dang, this is all bad.
Mike, would you like to chime in?
Can I say something? Yes. So,
Of course.
I thought about it. I did offer, but maybe it was missed or misunderstood between me and Eric's communication.
Yeah.
But in my mind, the reason he didn't acknowledge you guys in Starbucks was because, remember, one of the very first episodes, we talked about safeguards and boundaries, and we didn't want to misrepresent or step over any boundaries or anything, buying other women breakfast.
Oh, you should have.
You see?
No. Let him keep talking.
He's doing a good job.
Because remember in the beginning episode, we didn't want to like open too many doors or pick you guys up to take you to like hotels or anything like that, because not even out of niceness.
Absolutely.
So I was like, you know what? Eric probably didn't acknowledge their Starbucks simply because he wanted to protect those safeguards and boundaries.
And so before you tell your truth, because I wasn't there. So
Right.
But those who don't know the safeguards.
No. I'm going to come in neutral because I feel like we need to mediate just a tad, right?
Okay.
So I'm going to come in neutral. Greetings, everyone. I really believe that this is a great opportunity to hear what can happen when everyone shares their total truth. Because there's always a third part to the story. And there's so much information that's coming out here that wasn't necessarily verbally or directly communicated as things were happening in real time. There were a couple items that you mentioned, Erick, when you divulged your perspective on the situation that weren't known to us. And there's a couple things that you skipped, such as when you texted and said that you'd be there at 8:45, that was in response to a text that you received from me first.
Correct.
Indicating that we were entering to the vehicle to arrive at the location at the agreed upon time when we departed yesterday, which was a lot earlier.
Correct.
However, what you missed is that you overslept.
No,
Excuse me.
I thought I said it.
I also was not aware that they were ready.
No, you're right.
You're welcome to reference that silently while I continue in the text message. You overslept, and as such, your arrival will be delayed until 8:45.
Yes.
Okay. So we then got back out of our vehicle to go back into the hotel, which we were checking out of. The hotel, which has doors, which was funded by you initially, right? So therefore, since you would fund a hotel room where there's doors and beds, again, as the last time when you walked us into the hotel room and the front guest assistant thought we were about to have some sort of threesome because you said, us. Okay. Right? So since the funding of hotels, we said, okay, no judgment. We all wake up late sometimes. So we're going to use this time to go back up to the hotel and do as much as we can prior to our arrival versus doing more here because, as you know, I left everything downstairs.
Correct.
Remember, we said we could make ourselves at home. So we did. So we went back and I said, well, Chick-fil-A is closed today. We could eat or we could be responsible and productive. So let's go be responsible and productive. So instead of going ahead and heading this way and stopping along the way for food, we were much more productive. So again, I arrived with Erica. We have a little worship session in the parking lot. So I missed when you pulled up, Mike, because you were not to my left when I parked. But then when I was done with worship, I was like, it's a whole gang. There's a whole vehicle here. Glad you have my 6 and my 3. So I entered in and I said, good morning, up the stairs. Figured you might not have heard me, but you also weren't going to see me. And then I went downstairs. So that's the entire role that I had in this situation. And that's why I was encouraging Mike to share his truth and then stop. Because the moment he attempted to think about what you might have meant, he went off. He had a really great point. But it couldn't be that you wouldn't feel comfortable funding Starbucks when you feel comfortable funding an entire hotel room twice. So I just want to insert some truth here. All right. And now if Erica did have bad energy, that was really enough to go ahead and let that wind flow. And now I think it's high time we allow Erica to share her perspective on the situation.
And the other thing that I did want to highlight, that information that we did not know. We did not know that there would be an opportunity for this building to be open without you being present.
Yeah, we were unaware of that.
And that's, pertinent information. Seeing as how
I agree.
we were already in the car
and had left our items here.
And to be completely honest, I just knew y'all was going to be late. So when he asked me if I could get there, I was like, well, you're going to be late. And I'm sure they're going to be late. So I'm not going to show up early.
Preconceived assumption.
Yeah, I will totally accept responsibility for that one.
So from my perspective,
no, it's not your turn again. Yes, sir. Thank you. You started. You led.
And we gave you the opportunity because
you molded from the beginning.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to be able to share my truth. When we arrived in, I was so happy to be here because we did have a worship session in the car and our hearts and our minds were clear.
Yes.
I did. As I was, because, somebody got to pray and watch. Yes, so she was praying, I was watching. And Mike did pull in. And when he got out of the car, I saw the bag. And it was a larger bag of Starbucks. So I knew it wasn't just for one person. So I was just like, oh, Mike had Starbucks. This is going to be great. Thank you, Lord. Look looking out for you girls.
Yes.
Thank you, Lord.
Never disappoint.
Then we come in, it's like, good morning, greetings. And so I proceeded to go up the steps because I had some things up here that I needed to get. And I walked in, and before the good morning could escape my lips, there was coffee and cake being consumed. And I'm like, that's all. I see nothing extra on the countertops, the tables, the windows, the doors, the floors. There is no more present. There's 2 other people here, not just 2 other people, 2 other women here. And the men are getting full and fed,
nourished,
and satisfied. And the 2 ladies who were pushed behind schedule, maybe Mike didn't know, but we sent the message to you to let you know we were going to be here.
Correct.
Early.
So we got pushed behind schedule, and in our absence, you 2 men got the opportunity to feed your bodies, and we still had to pull up to nothing. So I'm like, who orchestrated this?
Okay. Can I speak?
No, not at this moment. Okay. So if you could just, I guess, find some understanding as to what the frustration could have been in that exact moment, seeing as how there was information, 1, that we didn't have that we could have taken full advantage of. And 2, we are still, yes, your guest.
100% agree.
And after that, you was like, oh, Erica, you coming in with bad energy because you didn't say good morning. Let's be clear.
I'm teasing though.
No. Let me tell you what I made that mean.
Okay.
I made that mean because I was holding you and Mike accountable for not making sure that we were taken care of as you were. It's bad energy because you did not want to answer to that accountability. So you mean to tell me that you'll get your hair done, your nails done, and your makeup done, but then you won't do anything to help you?
Girl, that math ain't matching.
No. So when is it going to be the time that we stop working on the outer things and start figuring out the inner things?
Girl, I think the time is now. And so for you, I'd encourage you to strut over, slide over, get on through, getandstaymarried.com. Because what we have for you is not just this great conversation like we're having today.
Yes.
But it's an entire community to help you know and love yourself, but focus on what we put in and what we put on. So all our clients have a personal stylist, a year with a finance coach, a flexibility coach, a sex educator, because there's a lot of people having sex,
but they not good at it.
Ooh, don't let that be you. So go ahead, sis, slide on through, getandstaymarried.com. But for now, back to the show.
I was kidding. So all seriousness, I understand, and you know what I'm saying. Like I'm not gonna argue that, but I had to make it softer. So that's when I'm gonna play and give you the bad energy. But I understand your perspective. I think Mike does too.
And I wasn't.
Oh no!
So Mike, you didn't even wave to the people, but y'all, that's Mike. So. We have an additional witness. We have an additional witness.
Read it, Shanoria.
So when we scroll to the left and we look at the time, it is 8:52 a.m. in the year of our Lord. What's the lockbox to the front door? So that information was going to be provided, and then you or them being your 2 guests, because in a previous episode, you clarified to me how I even, was less than considerate of how you might have felt when you were trying to care for us as women.
Less than considerate is a tough word that I did not use.
No, I was less than considerate. I'm saying about me.
Right. Oh, okay. I would never say that like that.
Right. Okay, so let's everybody take a deep breath in and release it out. Let's remember, in all our getting understanding, right? So what I'm saying is not just locked. You identified to me that what I might have missed in one of our initial connections here is your strong desire to ensure we were good.
Correct.
To provide for us.
Correct. As you were guests. Yeah.
As we are guests here today as well.
Yeah.
And so I was reading you or them being
and I
your
misread
guests.
that then.
Yes. Want anything from Starbucks.
Did I respond to his Starbucks thing on there though?
It's okay because let me further bless you.
No,
Even if he,
Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't even respond to him there.
it's okay.
So like when
Stay
I
with
talked
me.
to him, this when I was like,
Stay
oh,
with
okay.
me. Stay with me.
Okay.
So we appreciate Mike's consideration.
Mm-hmm.
But the truth of the matter is, even if he hadn't asked,
Yes.
whose guests are we?
Mine.
Mm-hmm.
So before the coffee could hit your lip, before you could taste the flavor of the cake,
Stop that.
then did not think for a morsel of a second,
One.
what the girl is going to eat? Are the ladies taken care of? And I know we came in talking about this and I kept saying, start the camera.
Mhm.
And this is why. We're not beating up on you all.
No.
We're giving a real situation live and in living color
Yeah.
to display how somehow even gentlemen such as yourself, we miss the opportunity to care for our women,
Yes.
to consider our women,
Yes.
to make sure there is provision for our women. I am not minimizing the opportunity for women to care, consider, and make provision for the men.
Absolutely.
However, chivalry is not dead, and caring for your guests is just something that you do.
Mhm.
And so what could have been more helpful to the energy is just when you realize that you was as wrong as a deadbeat dog.
And I knew that.
You could have just, and so since you knew it,
Yes.
you could have just been like, that's really wrong. Would you like anything? Because it would be my honor to make sure that we can get you something, make sure it's hot. Because you're here now.
100%.
And that was a huge miss on our part.
100%.
However, what we're still sitting here with is the water of the Lord.
So the moral
We
of the
don't
story
have a
is,
croissant. Come for me in the comments. I said croissant. We don't have a croissant. We don't have a Danish.
Is that a croissant?
We don't
I
have
was
any
trying to understand.
coffee. I mean, they came for me about the way I say mature. I mean, oh my goodness. It was like a whole situation. Yes. Go back to the viral post. Hilarious. I was like, so the way we pronounce words is also room for comedy. Okay. So, but we thank you for the water.
And just to clarify, I went downstairs and I got my mind together.
Yes.
Because my stomach was still being disrespectful. And when I came back upstairs, I said, good morning, guys. You know, I just had to go back downstairs and get myself together.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and explain myself.
Yes.
She did.
When something happens, I process what is happening. It doesn't make what happened. It doesn't make how I feel about what happened any less valid. I still feel that way, but I'm processing.
Yes.
So I'm going to say, I accept you all's apology because that is when Erick apologized.
Yes.
I accept your apology. However, I'm still very perturbed with you two at this moment.
Yes. And for those watching, please understand that this is not some unusual expectation that we are placing on these gentlemen. We regularly all connect. Yesterday, we connected and we placed a joint order for Uber Eats together. So it's really out of order. And what I will offer is just yesterday, we were talking about how the brain works and how we notice exceptions, right? We notice exceptions. And this is an exception. And that is why it is such a glaring moment.
And I'm going to say on our end, just to support them in a little bit more.
Yeah.
It, like Shanoria spoke about, we generally make orders together when we have food. I'm not sure if I say thank you all the time.
Right.
So on my end, it's like, I would like to be more aware and more conscious of things that are not the exception. So then when we do it every time that we're here, oh, thank you, whoever ordered the food. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Erick. Thank you, Shanoria. Appreciate it.
Right.
That is something that we also need to highlight because we're having a big discussion about the exception, but sometimes we don't have the discussion about what is normal and what is regular because those things still, warrant some type of acknowledgement and praise.
That's right.
Understood. What's the biggest takeaway here?
The biggest takeaway is in all you're getting, get an understanding, not just the attitude.
There it is.
Yeah.
So with that, we're going to go to the tip of the day.
Yeah.
All right. Tip of the day. All right. Let's see. When you are new to real estate and you are unfamiliar with your numbers, meaning that you got your first property under contract, you're trying to calculate the repairs, but you don't have experience. Therefore, your numbers are not going to be as tight and as accurate as you need them to be. And that's essential. The repairs make or break your deal. All right. It's essential for you to get a quote for each and everything that you're getting repaired. You need 3 quotes. So for your plumbing, you need to get three guys to bid.
Okay.
And so when you get 3 contractors to bid, the first thing that you need to do is give him a deadline.
Okay.
If he does not turn in his bid by that deadline, that means that he's not going to complete the work by that deadline either. So that's a boom out. If you get, a high, low, and mid, then you need to also ask them to give you a labor quote and a material cost quote. The reason why, we're going to take care of the materials ourselves. Why? Because if a contractor goes out and goes and collects material for you every day or every other day, he's going to put a premium on the material and his labor. And therefore now your quote is off because it's going to be more. So as we are learning, we want to go get the material so we understand the prices of things. And now they just charge us for labor.
Right.
And so when you're doing that, you're going to be able to pinpoint where you want to be at with everything because the numbers are itemized a little bit more and you're getting a variety of quotes. But before you hire somebody, you need to ask them, when can they start? If they could start today, that's not the guy you want to use because great contractors always have work and you have to jump on their schedule.
Look at that.
Therefore, somebody that's always available is because they're not as good typically.
And right there, looks like we're done, Eric. Looks like it's
all right. So that's the tip of the day. Hey, again, don't forget to tell a friend. Make sure you ask your guests if they want some coffee and donuts. Like, for real. All right. Hey, on the serious tip, man, comment, let us know, what y'all think about it, man. Give some feedback. Share it with your friends on Facebook, and we'll tap in next week. Peace.